Hi, this is Aaron Friedman, and today I'm going to be going over the DraftKings and Fanduel slates for today, November 15th. Let's start with DraftKings. So we have some fun games. Arizona, Cincinnati should be pretty high scoring. This Duke UVA one's fun. Arizona State has a big team total. They're kind of interesting with Jeff Sims being this like glorified running back. Um, it's a good slate. So let's run the domination station. We can. So what I do is to get it down from 265, you can change the fantasy point range minimum to 8. That will bring it down to about 100 players, and then let's do 20% randomness, 20 lineups. Let's see what we get. So a few things to notice. We'll update this probably later Saturday morning. I'm recording this at 2 in the morning Central Time. Nussmeier's basically out, and Van Buren's expected to start. So Jeff Sims, he's popping. Good play. At 100% play. Craver and Harris I like a lot. Williams is maybe a little capped with Dickey also in play. Marshall I love. Running backs have been eating against my Northwestern Wildcats, so that they are very much in play. There's some good value at wide receiver too. Yeah, so it should be pretty fun to build. So we're getting a lot of Sims and Reed, which could be pretty popular, and I like that. At running back, a lot of I don't know how much Singleton I want. It is a good spot. I would want to make a rule, one or the other. Probably for any running back. So let's do that. And no running backs on the same team, and you won't get both of the Penn State guys. One thing interesting is Chandler Morris. I like a lot on FanDuel. He's kind of expensive on. I don't think you need to take that risk on DraftKings, but I do like him on FanDuel. So let's do like a global max of 40%. I kind of got burned on this a little last week, so with Cornell Tate, guys are more banged up. There's only this and 2 more weeks left, so you do have to be careful a little. I think in general you should be scaling down the amount you're playing as we enter the home stretch. So let's see what we get with the 40%. I might boost up Marshall Taylor. Robinson's somebody I like. I'll probably try to be overweight a little here. Then a receiver, I think these are pretty good. Bernard's hard because it's crowded. I do like the rest. I like Tony a lot. I like Concepcion. Trell Harris, I'll have a lot of. So it's really kind of mixing and matching a bunch of different guys. Let's take a look at receiver a little. Andrell Anthony's interesting. Probably want to avoid Aaron Anderson with the new quarterback. Let's see what our quarterback exposure is. So a lot of Sims, Reed, Sorsby, even Beck Beck I'm stacking. So if Beck's doing anything, then I want a receiver there also. I might try to force in some Darian Mensah. Make a little game stack here. I think that could be a fun fantasy game. I might force in some Fafita and Sorsby. Let's see what we get. Okay, so a lot of Taylor, Jacoby Williams. Might bring that down a little. Receiver, I like a lot. I don't know. It's not the most exciting group of receivers, but I think we're mostly good here. I boost up my guy Caleb a little bit. But we got some Mensa, we got some Chandler Morris, so I think that's pretty good. All right, let's look at Fanduel. So FanDuel has a pretty loaded night slate. Ohio State is on there. Who else as my screen loads? Ohio State. I kind of like this Arch Manning Gunnar Stockton game. Chainless is one of the better plays. These two quarterbacks are expensive. I don't know how much I like them, but so it's a pretty loaded night slate included where you can make a case for several quarterbacks. So let's see what we get when we run this. So here I like Chandler Morris. He's one of the better values because he's 8,200 on both sites. Taylor's pretty solid. I love Jordan Marshall. He's my top running back here. There's some darts like Sellers. I like Moulton a lot. Same thing with Mensa. He's interesting. If I'm doing Mensa, I want Morris on the other side. Let me refresh it. I don't know why it's going so slow. Okay, let's see what we get coming up. So at running back, it's pretty interesting, the pricing. So there's not a lot of difference between Love and some of the guys who are like $3,000 cheaper. So I'm probably starting with like Lacey as somebody I want a lot of, and then going down from there. There's a lot of sub 10K backs that are pretty interesting. Moulton I like a lot. Komolafe, I think I'd have him around like 14. Let's see what we get. So a lot of Marshall, a lot of Taylor, a lot of Tony, which I'm fine with, and then Bentley at tight end. So it's really pushing. And then a lot of Chandler Morris, and so I like Chambliss, Reed, Morris a lot. I do like Arch, actually. So some guys that I really like are Wingo, I think, is pretty strong as like a mid-range play. So let's do 40% and see how it shifts things. We're getting some max. It's like with any of the Ohio State guys, there's just so many mouths to feed that it makes it hard to. The guys have a low floor. Yeah, Arch is popping a little. 9K, he's been playing much better. The team total's low, but it could be a very competitive game. CJ Carr's pretty interesting at 10K. Big team total. Maybe they don't exert love. Maeva, I kind of agree. I'm a little down on him. Like I think Iowa could make it kind of a grind out game. Yeah, Morris is pretty interesting. I would cap Morden. I don't trust him. Mateer, I don't trust. Okay, so a lot of Morris. I'm out on Morden. I'm out on Lagway. Back okay, but like 5 is all I want. But I think we're mostly good. I do like Molten a little bit more than our projections. And then at receiver, we're getting a lot of Harris, Branch, Tony. I like. Faison's pretty safe. And then a lot of Bentley and Claire at tight end. So I think I might just run it and yeah, Morden's cheap, but I don't know, hard to trust. But I think that's pretty much it. That's all I have for today. Good luck everyone and enjoy the games.